Hey everybody, Mac and Damer here for OCR Kings, and Damer, I noticed you've got what is that, a 10th anniversary Tough Mudder headband on?
So this is Tough Mudder's 10th anniversary headband, and this was a 2020. So 2010 was their initial, and 2020 was their 10-year celebration.
Funny you should mention though,
because
10th anniversary. It, as I recall, it is our 10th anniversary.
Our very first OCR was
Tough Mudder at Mount Snow in 2012. Wow.
Yes.
So we were reflecting on, I guess, those good old days, and really thought about it, and it came to our attention that things have changed.
Yeah.
Things have changed a lot. So
I was going to say that 2012 Tough Mudder was epic.
It really was.
Is that the right word?
It really was.
That thing was enormous in every sense of the word.
Yep.
Crowd obstacles, just everything was out of control.
Fear factor. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely some pucker factor.
We're gonna talk about all of those points. The first one though that we're gonna jump into, you just mentioned too, the crowds.
Yes.
The crowds were well. Let's show everybody.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
So
here's a little bit of what we saw. Start waves were bananas.
they were absolutely huge. You actually have people from multiple countries here. You see 3 flags.
It's like crazy.
Bananas. Okay.
Yep.
Look at the hordes of people
The next
there.
waves, the people everywhere, the
Nuts.
lack of bathrooms.
Yeah.
everything was out of control.
Check this out. Here they come out of the gate. All right. Flags are flying, zooming out.
Yes.
Throngs of people. Unbelievable.
That first hill was tough too. Just
Yeah, it was like you come charging out.
yeah.
It's like so. What this shot is showing us,
people are still going.
huge. They're still going through the gate. Okay, in this is one wave.
One wave.
This is just one wave.
Yeah.
Okay, in a second, we are going to see that another wave is right behind these guys.
There it is. And not only that, but you had to go over a 6-foot wall
just to get in.
Just to get into the
There it
starting
is.
gate. Yep.
Was it 6 foot? It was a little bigger than that. I don't know.
7 foot. Yeah, that guy's struggling. Yeah. They're definitely
Unbelievable.
Definitely big groups. Just everyone was there.
And they just kept coming.
That was awesome. Yeah, I mean,
That's just 2 waves. That went on all morning.
yeah.
So among other things that have changed, we noticed that the obstacles themselves are kind of different. All right, there's a scale
Yes.
to these things that we haven't seen maybe since, or not a long time.
That's right. So here's the Tyrolean Traverse, which look at this picture. This thing was massive. It was huge. I mean,
It's so big that, or it was so big, no matter how you went at it, under or over, you kind of dipped into the water because the rope was so long.
You can't even see the start from this shot we have up. So it's like the start, you can see the finish.
I mean, it's just, you've got people in multiple crafts doing the security, the safety stuff.
Yep.
You've got like a rubber raft there with 3
kayaks,
people in it.
rubber rafts, volunteers. I mean, everything. The amount of people that were there, the amount of volunteers that were there, everything is just to scale. 2012 just seems like it's the heyday.
Huge.
Here's the beginning.
Getting on it.
It's funny. It was like, I'm going to start out awesome. I'm going to get on the rope. I'm going to go on the top, or I'm going to hang from the bottom. You're getting wet.
I was on the bottom, I remember, and the water started coming in through my neck, right? It was like, that water was cold. All right, that water was cold. And it just went on and
there was still snow at the mountain here. I mean, this was Vermont, but it's definitely still a little bit of snow
cold.
around. That water was.
There's an edit there. It was like that guy was in the water for quite some time.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Continuing talking about the scale of these obstacles too. Look at the size of this thing. We called it log jam.
It's basically like an under over through of today that we know, but just the construction factor on this thing is brilliant and epic, and like everyone, like there's so many people in the obstacle at any given time. It's not just 1, 2, 3 and you're through.
It's awesome.
One over, one under, one through. It went on for a long time.
The weight of those things too, they needed like heavy equipment to pull it. It must have.
It's like how many Tough Mudder trucks to like move this stuff around if they did back then. Beautiful pieces of wood, beautiful construction.
My legs be tired at the end of this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, over, under, through.
Yeah.
So speaking of scale too, here's another one too. This is a simple obstacle.
Has anyone done a tire recently?
Like a tire field like that? Look, I mean,
a tire field
goes on forever.
A tire field today is like 10 tires. It's like, this thing is awesome. I couldn't even imagine the volunteers or whoever it was who set this up. This thing is just huge.
Just amazing.
It goes over the horizon.
And it's like it's a tire field. It's not anything like super like whirly twirly, next level ingenuity. But the scale of it is what
I think it's
really
awesome. There's no way I'm just going highlights 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm through. It was like this is just testing you. It's awesome.
Forever.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yep.
So here's one that we haven't seen anywhere since. I don't think you could get away with this. This was smoking.
The toxic smoke.
We don't know what they were burning. It could have been bales of hay that had like must and fumes and rats and what. I'm kidding. But they were burning stuff and blowing the smoke at you.
And it was hard to breathe. It was just...
You'd be like, oh, boo-hoo, a little bit of smoke. No, you had to run for a good ways through a little bit of like a ditch or a canal.
Like mud field, can't see anything, eyes are burning, feeling your way. It was like, yeah.
It's burning your eyes, burning kind of like your lungs.
Yeah, and then, you go into this propane-controlled fire jump where they're, like, adjusting the height of the fire.
Look at that on the left.
Yes.
A little bit more flame over there. Barbecue those leg hairs on my man over here.
And this is not the finish. This isn't, this isn't the fire and then cross the finish. This was just...
Yeah, you came out of, like, a breath hazard, okay, to go over this flaming hazard. And like you mentioned it, there was somebody off scene here who controlled the gas, and it would go up or down.
Yep. Yeah, the fire department was there, so they were having fun controlling it. Like, goose it.
Oh, so here's another one. Okay, this is we consider this the dunk wall. All right.
Yes.
So typical dunk wall. You go under the water once, you come out at the other side. Done. This goes on, 6, 8 times?
It was a giant trench they just dug, again, logs across, and then they put barbed wire to force...
No cheating. You're not going over the top.
To force you to go under, so you had to dunk yourself, again, and then finally...
There was like barbed wire you had to hold for each other, like toward the end, so you actually had to grab the barbed wire, right, and kind of geek it up a little bit.
That's right.
Let other people go under.
Scared.
Here's the fear factor. All right, you want to handle this one?
I remember coming into this obstacle, the tubes, and they like dip into the water, and you can't tell how much water was filling the tube at the other end. So there was a bit of a pucker factor on this one. It was like, is this safe?
Right.
Is this like a potential, especially with multiple people, only one 2x4 is holding this whole thing together. So it was like, is this thing gonna dip as multiple people start climbing through the tubes? So there was a little bit of a fear factor back in the day on this one.
I remember in the middle, my chin is hitting the water. I'm like, that's like coming danger close.
Head's pushing on the top of the tube. Water was pretty high. So it's like, there was a little bit of a, yes, I'm scared.
That, and it kind of went on for a while, and the water was again freezing cold.
Yep.
So, yeah,
there was definitely a pucker factor.
Yeah, a little bit
on that one.
A little bit. So, as you can see, there are quite a few things that have changed. I think maybe overall, all of the races, but certainly Tough Mudder has become maybe more gentrified, maybe a little bit more safety conscious.
Yep.
Okay, it was maybe the Wild Wild West back in the days.
Yeah, I think so.
But that danger added to the excitement and the sense of achievement. So, tough one. Would I want to be breathing that smoke crap again? No.
That's right.
But like the massive construction, the big challenge, and a little bit of the fear factor, I think
that was kind of fun. Yep.
Yeah. So I've got my original
got the
headband on.
original.
It's so old, it doesn't even have the date on it.
Still filled with the original crud.
The dirt, yeah. I think if I take this off, it's gonna pretty much just go into dust. But one of my prize trophies, if you will. So. I don't know if anybody's got any thoughts, or if you were there at Mount Snow in 2012.
10 year, that's pretty cool.
Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. So, and we'd like to actually see you out there in the course. But until that time, remember, as always, train hard.
Have fun.